From Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas, it's round 3 of the 2019 Americas Rugby Championship with the United States hosting Brazil. A warm welcome to our viewers, especially those from North and South America. The RC, which began in 2016, has seen significant improvement in World Rugby rankings from many of the countries involved. I'm Dallin Stanford, joined by Kip McConaughey for the first USA home fixture of the year. And Kip, this beautiful baseball venue, home to the Round Rock Express, which is home plate for the painted white tri-line.
That's right, Dallin. For the second time in 3 years, Dell Diamond has the honor of hosting an America's Rugby Championship match. The Eagles beat Canada here 3 years ago, and will be looking to hand Brazil a loss tonight. As we take a look at the standings in the America's Rugby Championship, an unbeaten Argentine team stand atop after a 36-10 victory today over Uruguay in Buenos Aires, followed by the Uruguayans, who the Eagles will face next week in Seattle, and who Brazil will play in Week 6 in Montevideo. Brazil and the U.S. are separated by just a single point, making tonight's match a must-win for both sides.
To start off the competition, the USA, they dominated Chile. They scored 11 tries in the round 1 fixture. Then they struggled to find form against the rampant Argentina 15. The US lost for the first time against their rivals in this competition. The score of 45 points to 14. Of course, that score 71-8, they beat Chile.
The Eagles began the competition by hammering the Condors 71-8 in Week 1 of the competition, led by 3 tries and 5 conversions from A.J. McGinty. McGinty's 25 points were the second most of any U.S. player in a test match. After an emphatic win, followed by a loss to Argentina, the Eagles find themselves at 1-1 into the ARC. Tonight, Coach Gary Gold will be without the services of a few of his overseas-based players, including A.J. McGinty. The question for Coach Gold and the Eagles fans is, which U.S. side will they see here tonight in the Lone Star State? The side that won in Chile in Week 1 or lost in Week 2 in Argentina?
Meanwhile, in round 1, Brazil, they were outplayed by a fantastic Argentina 15. They rebounded a week later against Canada to secure a remarkable 18-10 victory. Highlights from that last weekend fixture in Sao Paulo. It was Brazil who weathered an early penalty kick in a try converted by Canadian fullback Kieran Hearn. They clawed their way back in the contest, and it was 6 errors by Canada were punished by the magnificent boot of live Josh Reeves. Here you see him on song. He'll be a certain threat tonight in the fixture. The scrum on fire yet again. Brazil stunning Canada for the second time in this competition. It'll give them a lot of confidence going into tonight's battle. The side shows you what it means for them at the final whistle. Celebrations are plenty. Will they be singing those songs tonight? Their head coach, Rodrigo Ambrosio, has made one change in the pack. You can see the results. Two wins for the United States, the defending champions, and Brazil, well, their 4th is their best finished ever yet. We mentioned Brazil made one change with their forward pack, and it's Lock Mateo De Luca who comes in, makes his debut tonight. The backline boasts another rare international feat with 2 sets of brothers starting. Lucas and Moises Duke in 9 and 12, with Felipe and Daniel Sanseri wearing 13 and 15. We mentioned Flav Josh Reeves, he's a real threat with a kicking tee. Any mistake will go unnoticed. They face a massive challenge tonight, though, from the Eagles, ranked number 13 in the world.
As we take a look at the USA lineup up front, the Eagles lose half the number of caps on the front row, and as such, a lot will be asked of tight head prop Chanch Wingaluski. At flanker, an impressive pairing of the veteran John Quill and the young star Hanko Hermestein, the Terminator, both of whom play domestically, professionally here in Major League Rugby. Paulisike, as always, the center, will be a big part of the attack and will be vitally important tonight for this Eagles side. USA has an advantage on the back line with a terrific back 3 of Teo, Scully, and Bracchi. Blaine Scully returns to the lineup and will serve as tonight's captain. Offensively, the Eagles will be looking to maintain possession while utilizing tactical kicking when the opportunities arise for the home team.
And the United States side ranked 17th on the planet in 2017. They achieved their highest ever ranking of 12 last year. And this man, Blaine Scully, back into the mix. Of course, Gary Gold had to do, as you said, veterans going back overseas, but this man returns to lead the charge. It was Bracchi that captained the team before this weekend. Blaine Scully, one of the most experienced fullbacks in the competition. Of course, this time he finds himself on the wing.
Scully very experienced, as is the side generally. Whopping 360 cumulative caps for the Eagles tonight. That experience will have to pay off against a much improved Brazilian side.
Well, let's hear from Alex Goff, who's sidelined for our match conditions.
Well, hey guys, it was a forecast of thunderstorms, followed the rain yesterday, and that cleared up really fast. We have a beautiful day here in the Austin area. Highs in the mid-70s. Cool and breezy, cooling off certainly as the sun goes down, and we're going to see temperatures drop down into probably the 50s The good news is that the wind that was up in the 20-mile-an-hour range, that's pretty much stopped. So there won't be any issues for the kickers, and we're going to see some perfect footing and perfect conditions and probably a lot of running rugby. We've seen, did talk to the grounds crew. They had a game yesterday with the Major League Rugby game, but that's worked out just fine. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Alex. Teams are getting ready for the national anthems. It's this Brazil side. Well, they shocked the USA in 2016, pulling off an historic 1-point victory in that clash. They're hungry for tonight's battle. Crowd coming in nicely here at Dell Diamond.
Beautiful facility here in the heart of the Lone Star State. Fans have been waiting for a long time for this match, for top-tier international rugby to return. A lot of anticipation for tonight's matchup between the Eagles and the Brazilian national team.
We're going to go fieldside in just a few moments with the national anthem of both the USA and Brazil.
Ipirancas margens plácidas de povo herói brado retumbante, e o sol da liberdade, raios fúlgidos, brilhou no céu da pátria nesse instante. Teu
Almost ready for kickoff at Dell Diamond between the United States and Brazil. The Brazil side. Almost ready for the kickoff here between Brazil and the United States in Texas. Brazil being your left of your screen, and congratulations to the Duck brothers. They earned their 50th cap tonight for Brazil. Moises and Lucas, 4 years the difference between them, and they celebrate this remarkable event tonight. Our referee for this one here is Damian Schneider from Argentina, and he will be assisted by the USA's Mike O'Brien and Scott Green. Mark Nelson, also from America, will be the TMO for this. And there is our captain for tonight for the United States, Blaine Scully, wearing 14, plays for the Cardiff Blues in Wales, 29-year-old.
You got me there, Mark?
44th cap tonight. And the captain, there's Felipe Sanseri, 33
okay, but we are communicating. That's the good
His
point.
twin brother is in the side as well, aged 24 years.
Okay,
for this one. Brazil will be receiving the kickoff on the left of your screen. And Will McGee, the birthday boy, we saw his parents earlier tonight. They had a cake for him to celebrate afterwards. And the number 10 turns 26 today.
Dallin, what incredible atmosphere here at Dell Diamond. The fans waiting for the opening kick of this one, long awaited. As I mentioned, a very much improved Brazilian side. They are not here looking for a moral victory. They are looking for a win.
Captain ready?
The Americas Rugby Championship for 2019. It's start of test match number 4 between Brazil and the USA. McGinty not here today, so McGee puts it up high. The US, first ball for Sean Davies. He gets it away to James Hildebrand. Early touch for the hooker. Debuted against Canada in 2016. Davies sends his forwards on some early runs, and now it's Brachi turns it back on the inside. Paul Asike, red carded against the Argentina 15, makes a welcome return. Building the phases is McGee. Looks for quick hands, and Quill is in there wearing that red scrum cap of his. Quill playing with the Rugby United New York side in Major League Rugby. As Bryce Campbell gets man and ball.
How much more you need? Get what you need.
Come by blue.
The US forward, so the first knock of the game, and will be a scrum as we see what Brazil bring us in that department.
We will see the power of that Brazilian scrum. This is certainly the strength of forwards for the Brazilians. They've done a fantastic job focusing on this, going up against South American powers like Argentina. They've had to improve in this, and they have drastically. The American knock-on gives the Brazilians a chance to show off the power early on.
Derecha. Derecha, okay?
I saw them against the New Zealand Maori up front, and of course Canada last week. A real test for the US forwards. Charles Wangluski in 1, Paul Mullen in 3. Hildebrand, we mentioned, is hooking. Just the 3rd appearance for Wangluski. Man from Lindenwood University, 21 years of age, debuted against Ireland in 2018.
Crunch!
Impressive front line for Brazil, including the loose head, Lucas Abuji. Impressive, big, talented, moves well.
Just hold the call, please. Hold the call. Okay? Okay, sorry. Go again.
Abuji joined by Cabolo and Vettorato up front. Front line for the Brazilians. Great experience, so many caps together. The momentum coming off that massive victory over Canada, proving they can play with anyone.
Bind!
That's right, the front row, almost 4 times more caps than the US tonight. So looking to feed this, Lucas Took, the oldest man in the squad at 34 years old. They concede a penalty.
Number 1, pulling down.
And this is big for Brazil. They do not want to concede penalties, giving the US an opportunity here. Penalties may well determine this match, certainly early on. Illegal scrummaging the call. Now you take another look here. You see the ball put in there. Lucas Duque. Brazilians. A big mental error early on. They knew it immediately. And a chance for the U.S. to take the lead.
Marcel Brachi came running in as well from the wing position, fullback position, to congratulate the forward pack. They know how much this means. They spoke about it all week, and the US certainly ready for that. First penalty attempt for Will McGee, man who plays his rugby with the Glendale Raptors, formerly out of the University of Leeds in London. It's McGee. 52 points so far in an eagle jump up. Good looking strike. And he turns. 3 points to nothing. First score for the United States off the boot of Will McGee after 3.5 minutes.
Nicely done by McGee. Plays professionally here in Major League Rugby, the second season of the league up there in Rugby Town, USA in Glendale. And great to see so many of these domestically based players getting the opportunity. Spoke with Gary Gold earlier this week, and he said that in itself may be the ticket for U.S. Rugby. For so long it's been called the sleeping giant. Will MLR wake it?
Well, there's 10 players in the U.S. squad playing in Major League Rugby currently, and 1 for the Brazilian side. Josh Reeves wearing 10. He's the one that puts it up nice and high. Oh, almost a beautiful take, and then just lost it in that last second. Lucas Tranques, the return kick comes down to Brazil, and they end up fumbling that one as well. Referee says play on. Ball shifts across to Andrew Arruda. Andre Arruda takes it upfield, the 30-year-old. Over the halfway line. First chance here for Reeves. Man, born in New Zealand, and they look to move it early. Good hands there from Wilton Hebolo. Now Reeves drops back in the pocket, goes high.
Stop running, you! 7, 6.
Scully's there, they let it bounce. Brachy comes up, able to field it, but then gets pushed into touch.
Reeves had all the points in that victory over Canada, all came off his boot. Brazil wants to prove that they are more than just Joshua Reeves. They want to prove that they are a complete side. Here it is one more time. Brachy hands to it, just unable to stay in.
Hold it there, Mike, please. Hold it. It's not mine.
First line-out chance for Brazil. Wilton
Don't close the gap. Listen.
Hebolo.
4, open the gap. Ye open.
And here's the man they nicknamed Nelson from The Simpsons. Schoolboy bully, but Nebolo's no bully. Just looks like him. They go to the top. Good ball here for Brazil to attack with. Excellent short line as they bring in Alberto Chitanoria. Strong tackle coming in, and helping out there is Moises Duke. Quill being a real nuisance around the breakdown. Reeves behind the back ball. Finds his captain, Sanseri. Up to the 10 they march. Reeves, good skills. It's a bit of a wayward pass there coming from Wilton Hebolo. Still with the men in yellow. Reeves again goes to the air. It's a bit deeper this time. Mikey Teo is there, just outside the 22. Perfectly timed kick, and well taken as well. The man from Belmont Shore and Tiger Rugby makes a solid return, does Teo, out for a year through injury. His side, the San Diego Legion, certainly missed him as well.
Yeah, the kick there for Brazil. The chase a bit lacking, but nicely taken by Teo.
Ball to back for Sean Davies.
Back.
Box kick towards the touchline. Another good take. This time Moises Duke, 30-year-old. He's up against some firm tackles. Quill and Bryce Campbell was there. Now we go down to the ground in ruck time. Brazil maintain possession. They want to dig this out. Duke goes quickly, but the contact is fierce on Hilterbrand on Hebolo. So Reeves has to go to the air yet again. That's his third up and under. Testing Brachy. Brachy drops this one. They're playing advantage. Better go. Inside the 22, the best attacking opportunity for Brazil in this game. Now they stab it over the top. That kick, well fielded by Marcel Brachy.
Brachy had to be there. Give Brazil a lot of credit, taking advantage there, the knock-on advantage. Brazil playing very well, offensive early on the front foot are the visitors here, looking to strike first. Should say looking to equalize, rather.
That is not out. Big kick, though, from Brachy. Gives a chance now for Reeves. Goes to the air. We'll see a lot of this tonight. Brachy does well again. Marcel Brachy, man out of Cape Town, South Africa. Captain the last 2 games for the United States is Hilterbrand. Goes in.
Already seeing the U.S. backs being put under a lot of pressure, how they're going to be able to field these high kicks. So far, doing a good job.
Davies puts it down with interest. It's too deep for his chasers, though. And Reeves, just in the spot, decides to move it across field to Duke. Low driving kick. One bounce and out. It's a good touch finder indeed for the visiting team.
Nicely done there from Duke, alleviating the pressure, put it where he wanted to.
Teo goes quickly to Hildebrand. We've seen this for the Legion. Mike Teo streaking down. Look at him go. Mikey Teo, the small bus, runs people over. And now steaming onto this is good skill from Nick Savetta. Davies. Lasike. Paul just missing the man. Bryce Campbell looking to clean up. They're throwing it away for the second time, but there's no advantage for the high hit.
High tackle.
Opportunity there for the U.S., all because of Mikey Teo.
Got the number, mate?
Great job in space.
Okay. 9.
High tackle there against Lukas Duke. Set piece for the U.S. and a chance to add to this early lead.
A stunning bit of play there from Mikey Teo. He took a quick line out. Brazilians weren't ready. And now inside the 22, there's an option here for the U.S. Good attacking platform.
That's what U.S. fans have grown accustomed to seeing from Teo.
You're in.
So strong, so slippery. Rare that one tackler can bring him to the ground.
Good take as they drive it forward.
Go back 6.
Inside the 22, the United States looking to pile on the pressure.
Entry. 8. Goal entry.
Now they peel away. Chamaseis for the line. Uncle Chamaseis has Reeves with him. Reeves does well to hold things up initially. Davies wants to dig in. Forwards already. Cam Dolan, the big number 8, wants to add to his try tally. Gets the hands away. Hildebrand goes low. He's over the line,
Ball is up.
but he's held up.
Penalty and come back for the penalty.
Very nicely done by Brazil there. U.S. able to get
Side
over,
entry in
but
the
could
middle.
not dot it down. Well,
8 goal side entry.
well defended by the Brazilians. Sent out. Line out coming for the Eagles.
The front is yours, mate. Good. Front is yours.
Yeah, Will McGee just
Don't
telling
close
his
it.
side, calm down. They're in good attacking territory.
close it.
Second line up inside the 22. Lots of line out options here. They're fine.
Ball.
The tall timber. And now peeling around. The US surging for the line. Ball's at the back. Hildebrand coming through.
Short.
Still
leave
just
it.
short.
In the line.
Quill
Short, leave it.
so close
Back.
to the line.
Back on the line.
Looking for the
Back
first
on the
try in the
line.
game. They're up by 3.
Offside.
Chamaseis. Brying through. Chamaseis. Not over yet. Still advantage for the US. That one knocked down by Nick Savetta. Advantage still. And dangerous times here for Brazil. Offside. And before was in from the side as well.
Indeed, so the Eagles playing advantage for the offside by Brazil. You see the Brazilian defense doing a very good job in that situation. Fans here ready to explode, looking for the Eagles try. They're going to have to wait a bit longer.
In some matches you'll see the US go for the scrum depending on where they are. Of course right now favoring their lineup, especially against a very powerful pack
Time off. 4 goal.
from the Brazilian side.
And that's the respect the Eagles are showing the Brazilians. They know about the power of that pack, so electing to go for the lineouts in these situations.
Time is off.
And this Brazilian side, Kit, we were talking about them earlier, ranked 42nd in the world in 2015. In a matter of 4 years, they've worked their way up to 26. And this competition, primarily the reason.
Oh, it is indeed. The huge population of Brazil, the increased focus on rugby, and this competition, chief among the reasons that Brazil is now a contender at the international level. Playing teams like Uruguay, like Argentina, obviously the Northern American teams as well, has really upped the level.
You are done.
Brazil
We'll
in
make a change.
2018 took
Substitution.
their first South American Rugby Championship.
Ready?
And their side on the rise.
You see the maul here after the line out taken nicely by Savetta.
This time they go to Quill.
Ball.
Another maul here for the US as they drive towards the line. still available for the United States. Davies sends in Kamasace. Dolan loops around with Wingluski. Another advantage. They decide to rip it to the backs. It's wide ball for Brachi.
Play on.
They go right to the outside. Scully just foot in touch. There surely should be a warning here from referee Schneider.
A fantastic tackle there from Corbett Chinorio, the wing. Teo looking to go quick.
Time off. Captain. Hay demasiados penales. Seguir van 12 minutos. Siempre dentro de las 22, muchos penales de tu parte. Necesito que lo corrijas, por favor,
tackle
por más
there
severo. Sí,
from Chinorio.
principalmente, jugadores tienen que estar detrás del último pie y los tacleadores que no afecten la salida de la pelota. Gracias. It's okay.
He was giving a warning there to the Brazilians who understand Spanish, obviously, from the Argentine official. Yeah, he was not elected to go to Portuguese there, but just a quick warning to them that have to keep things above board.
So the next player who offends could go to the sin bin. Brazil need to be very careful here. Only 13 minutes gone. They've defended bravely so far. It's 3-0 in this clash.
I cannot
US
hear
on
you.
the verge of busting through.
Now yes.
It's James Hildebrand, the man from the Manly Marlins in Australia, 18th cap tonight. Goes to Savannah. Accurate ball to the Doncaster Knight. Ball being pushed aside as Hildebrand peels away.
Inside.
Now they send in Paul Mullen. Good carry from the Houston Sabercat. 8th appearance tonight. CK came flying in. It's turned over, so advantage for Brazil. They hack it downfield. A good relieving kick. Mikey Teo is there. He's all by himself. Teo beats the first. Buying time for his teammates to arrive. McGee sends Bryce Campbell on a run. Solid carry from the outside centre. Quill making the meters. Through the back ball to CK now. There's Teo with a dummy. Mikey Teo draws a couple of defenders. CK's in support. Dolan with a flick pass. Davies in quick support. It's the US. Exciting play from the home side. CK yet again.
Go back, Brazil.
Numbers to the right-hand side if they need it.
Atrás, atrás, atrás.
Now it comes to Wingluski, the man from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Back, back, back.
Brazil. Been told to get back as a big collision there. Savetta takes down his man. His 20th appearance tonight for the US. McGee, they've shut him down. Brazil doing superbly so far on defense. So the United States slow things down, send their forwards in. Paul and Dolan waiting from Wingluski, peels around. Six meters out. Davies, with a big beard tonight, sets Quill with a standing start.
Backwards, play on.
Davies tries to get through himself and they peel it away. The CK. Nowhere through yet. Yellow jerseys everywhere. Kamasace has a crack himself. Uncle Kamasace used to play professional rugby here for the Austin Leeds. Now moved back to the Glendale, Colorado area as they go to Brachi through the back. Big tackle. They've read it down superbly. And it was Chitanoro that came in and made that tackle. And here we're going to go to the pocket. One of their players in yellow will see yellow.
Number one. Captain.
So after the warning, a yellow card coming indeed for Brazil. They will have a man sent to the bin and be down for 10 minutes. But what a job by Brazil, back defending, have yet to concede a try. The U.S. dominating in possession and meters gained, but unable to dot one down.
Agree, yeah. Offside.
So that'll be Lucas Abuji, the loose head prop, headed to the bin. Abuji was warned previously.
Well, that's a double whammy too, because when the next scrum comes into play, we'll have to bring on another front row forward, so somebody else will have to go off. And this gives a scoring opportunity for the US. They were looking to get 5 points here. They'll take the 3. And of course, Brazil will be down to 14.
A double whammy indeed. Brazil with that front line. So many caps, so many matches played together. They're consistent. They know each other, and they're going to have to bring in a replacement for Abuji.
Second attempt for Will McGee. He likes it. Picks up the tee, and it's 6-0. The United States lead Brazil. Here at Dale Diamond. Just over 15 minutes played.
All points coming off the boot of McGee. The US will be happy to have this 6-0 lead, but maybe a bit disappointed if they haven't been able to dot one down. All the opportunities they've had, the chances, ball deep into the Brazilian territory.
So some Austin Huns in the crowd there, the local side. The Austin Valkyries out here tonight as well, the women's team, and the Austin Blacks. A couple of university guys I saw too from University of Texas at Austin and St. Ed's. A lot of support here for the home side. They're up by 6-0. Joshua Reeves will get things started again. That left boot of his, absolutely magnificent. Confusion then. Hit a player in front. It'll be accidental offsides. Penalty to Brazil.
And you see the reaction from Hernaches. Glendale Raptor man not pleased. Now, if I had to guess, I think the Brazilians will elect to bring the tee out and get on the scoreboard, trailing by 6.
Well, Nostradamus, you've called it. And so here comes Reeves. He's the one that slotted those 6 penalties last week, and again, much closer than we've seen before for this excellent kicker.
Yeah, what a leg for Reeves. He can hit from just about anywhere on the pitch. Take a look at the nod first on the kick. And just miscommunication, 2 Eagles going for it. Neither able to secure it. Hernaches wanted it. Absolutely furious.
Josh Reeves plays with the Utah Warriors in Major League Rugby. Made his debut for Brazil in 2017. He's amassed 20 caps already. Reeves strikes it through the middle. And it's 6 points to 3. Brazil have their first points through fly of Josh Reeves.
Picture perfect strike there from Reeves. Splits the uprights. Expected nothing less, did the Brazilian fans. And he cuts the Eagles' lead in half. And a nice response from Brazil after being back defensively for so long, not allowing the try, and then able to come up with points of their own.
Restart from McGee.
Backward, play
all
on.
around and a couple of knock-ons
Off by
there.
goal, play on.
So Davies has a chance to attack. Scrum off goes up the middle. McGee into 9. Hildebrand to Hernaches. Gets past the first couple. Hancock Hernaches, the Terminator. Beats 4 players, still going. It takes 5 to bring him to the ground. What an addition he is to the side. Quill hammers for the line. John Quill, as he put it down. Referee Schneider says held up. A tremendous effort from the man from Rugby United New York.
That is the second time Brazil has been able to hold up a try. Fantastic job, the Brazilians holding this one up as well. Great defending from the visitors.
Any thoughts on field decision for
You saw the power of Hanko Hernaches, the Terminator.
It's held up. Okay, easy.
The former Austin elite man, now with Glendale, has a lot of fans here in the capital of the great state of Texas. Take a look here. Shaking off defenders, running through defenders, will not be taken down.
Time off.
Then another look, Quill there in the red scrum hat, able to get across, just unable to dot it down for the Eagles.
Well, so far it's been Brazil. They've scored 3 points. They've tied the US in this period when they've been with 14 players. On average, you concede 7 points. So tremendous effort so far from the visitors.
I give Brazil a ton of credit. Both captains there, Scully and his counterpart, Sanseri. Felipe Sanseri, the center, twin brother Daniel at fullback.
14, cambio. 14 Brasil. 11, 14 dijeron.
Brazil, before they hosted the Olympics in 2016, the New York Times had a report out saying that rugby is the second fastest growing sport behind MMA in that country. Of course, a lot of these players played the sevens form as well and featured in the Olympic Games, and what an honor that was.
It was indeed to be able to host the Olympics, to represent your country.
Can we play on?
You've had that honor. You know what it means to pull on that kit.
Time back on. Water off, please.
If you ask anyone who's ever done it, they will say it is beyond words.
That man played Scully, played sevens and 15s for his country as well. And just with the Olympics, it just an added layer of benefit. You saw a lot of 15 players come to sevens as well to change as well. So.
And a lot of times that's how the game spreads, first through sevens to countries that aren't traditional powers, and then the seven starts to be in power and it spreads to a very effective 15s team, as we've seen for Brazil.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Big scrum here for the USA. It comes up to the top and Dolan has it. US eager to strike. Just over 20 minutes gone. No try yet in this first half. Still the forwards. Work the fringes. Davies. Lusike into the line. And that's when it happens. You send a missile through. And it's Paul Lusike gets the first try here at Dell Diamond. Much to the celebration of the United States.
Paul Lusike, the former Chicago Bear, mentioned him in the open, how vitally important he is to the Eagles' attack, and he shows it right there for the first try of the match. Beautiful ball out here, right into his hands. Lusike, right through like a hot knife through butter, would not be stopped. Another look. Brazilians able to lay hands to him, but nothing more.
A fifth try for Paul Lusike. Let's go sideline now to Alex Goff. What you got for us?
Well, guys, this seems like this try was a long time coming, and part of that was because of the USA mauls. They set those mauls up really nicely and changed the point of attack on those drives, but everybody peeling off were a little bit isolated. They didn't get enough bodies to drive that peel-off player and get him over the line, and that's why it took them so long to get that try, because they were isolated and taken down by a pretty strong Brazilian defense, who are defending very well. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Alex. Certainly right. Well, the former Chicago Bear player in the NFL debuted against Chile in 2018. Streaks through for the first score of the game.
Just an incredible combination of size and speed from Lusike. And when he gets going, he is a marvel to watch.
Reeves goes high. They trail 13 points to 6 to Brazil. This time, communication is on song for Nick Savetta, a man who played with the Collegiate All-Americans for a couple of years. Pro rugby in Italy as well. Davies shapes to the box kick. Teo chases this one down. Reeves well positioned. Brazil looking to shape for a kick there was Felipe Sansari. And then Dolan comes in and pinched us. Cam Dolan getting involved. Cool was there as well. Holding the ball on the ground is the call.
Oh, what a job there, not releasing. The pressure from the Eagles. A mistake from Brazil. See if the U.S. can make them pay. McGee sends this one out again. Take another look there. Sansari brought down, clearly not releasing. Still holding on to it.
They take goal.
Fantastic job there from the big man Dolan.
Try Cam Dolan now, lending his services to Nola Gold, formerly with the San Diego Legion. Great addition for that side. They go to the back. Dolan, the recipient. It was a line-out move. Jameses couldn't hold. Downfield by Lucas Duke. And Brachi is there. Marcel Brachi played with the famous Tornado Rugby Club in South Africa. Teo chases this one. Still available. Lusike puts it to the boot. Brought over the try line. And so it's Tranquez. That kick bounces out into touch, and that was superb play. We thought he was going to be held up over the try line.
Yeah, Brazil had to get that one out as it was carried back. Would have been a 5-meter scrum to the U.S. Teo grabbing at his left wrist, never a good sign. Already has it wrapped. starting to open up a bit for the U.S. That pounding early on, taking its toll on the Brazilian defense. We'll see if that opens up holes for the Eagles to exploit.
Well, that's right. Plus also 14 players. You've got to defend just that little bit more. Seems to be wearing down on them. They go to the back. Lasike, the first receiver, used as a battering ram. He has the first try in this game, and Hildebrand. Go back to the short side. Brachi turns it back into the Terminator. Chamases. Big Hanko Chamases. Another sniping run from the Water Buffalo. Chance Wengluski now. McGee shapes for a dummy, has Lasike on the switch. Now Cam Dolan. A couple of defenders in his way. Still with Hildebrand, the US.
Ball is available
Keeping
there.
possession nicely inside the 22. Brazilian defense holding strong thus far. Quill peels around. And now Mikey Teo flicks it over the top. Chamases is in the corner. It's try number 2. And big Hanko the Terminator has another try. 18 points to 3. Kick to come.
A matter of time for the Kimberley, South Africa native Hanko Chamases. What a job he has done. If you ask him, he will say Nebraska is home. He has the boots, the big truck. He loves the red, white, and blue, and comes up with his first try of the match. Absolutely outstanding. A great ball outside. Teo flipping it over, and an easy try as Hanko will dot down.
That's his 8th try in a US jumper in only his 13th appearance. Mikey Teo just providing the magic, skips through the first tackle, and Hanko Chamases is in the corner.
I see another look here. Great team try here. Quill quickly there. Davies, Teo so slippery, forcing the Brazilians to come to him, and Chamases, no trouble.
Will McGee lines this up from the touchline. 100% record so far with the boot. Most difficult kick of the evening. And it's over! 20 points to 3 after 28 minutes gone. And the US Eagles have come alive in the last few moments with 2 quick tries. And let's hear more about Mikey Teo, Alex.
Well, guys, Mikey Teo, as you said, Mikey has been out with an injury for about a year. And we talked to him yesterday about the comeback, and he said that he went in through some dark times where he just didn't think it was going to happen. And the amount of work that he had to put in to get back to full strength, not just to get on the rugby field, to get to international level, is just an enormous amount of work. And you see the extra high-level skill he brings when he gets a little bit of space to run. Back to you guys.
Yeah, he certainly does indeed. This one a bit scrappy though from the US. Luckily a Brazilian hand came in first to knock that on. But Mikey Teo is looking like his old self.
He is indeed, and that's great news for the Eagles. The term Alex used there was extra, and that is exactly what Mikey Teo brings to the USA. That's something extra, that little something special. Another look here.
10, espera, no antes, okay?
Just unable to secure it. US happy to take the scrum here.
Well, I don't know if they're happy about this, but they're going to be in against it because we know Lucas Abuji is back on the field, serving that yellow card offence.
Set!
We haven't seen many scrums so far in this game. So here we go. Brazil, there they are. Tight head, that's what you expect from them. The South Americans have possession. Duke has it at the back if he wants it. They get the penalty.
Going up.
And they tap and go quickly.
On the mark.
Not on the mark.
Going up.
Perhaps the US lucky because, of course, they went to required 10 meters as well.
Lucky indeed, but what a job there from the tight head. Jardel Veturato, just incredible. The power pressing through. Talk about that front line. Abuji, Kibulo, Veturato. The visitors. See what they elect to do in this situation. Points have been at a premium.
Legal dominance rewarded.
Taking another look here. Jardel Veturato.
There, it's okay.
Absolutely incredible. Bowling the US back.
Well, this is the practice you need at international level, and fortunately teams like Uruguay, Argentina 15 and Brazil offer that at scrum time, and so it's a good chance for Gary Gold and of course his forward coach Greg Williams and Sean Pittman, in fact, to get that set piece working. And even if you take a few, you're certainly going to get better ahead of the Rugby World Cup.
Reeves elects to take the points in this situation.
One for one so far from a similar point. Josh Reeves, man of Christchurch, New Zealand. He takes his time with the kick, and it's well worth it. Brazil double their score. They trail the US 20 points to 6 after 32 minutes here at Del Diamond.
Again, Reeves responsible for all the points in Brazil's victory over Canada. And he is like clockwork, perfectly placed right through the uprights, calm, cool, and collected. Able to add 3 points to Brazil's total.
It all started at scrum time, an area that the US had prepared for. They go deep with the restart. Don't take it cleanly, and it's flicked off to Lasike. Paul Lasike, the big unit, gets the right-handed pass. Wait, Mikey Teo's in the corner. He'll sting you like a jellyfish. Teo has his second.
What an offload from Lasike. Teo with the try, but give the missile credit. Absolutely fantastic work there. The big smile from Teo. So glad to be back at 100%. Wearing the red, white, and blue, representing his country. But Lasike, absolutely brilliant stuff there. Already has a try. And here it is. Lasike, everyone in yellow forced to get there. Able to get his hands free. The one-handed offload, a thing of beauty.
That's insane. Absolutely insane. Another look just with one-handed flick. Teo set up the try earlier. This time he's the recipient of a brilliant pass. And he applauds Paul Lasike for that one. It's try number 3 already. 1 try away from the bonus point, the US.
Absolutely stunning. That is what the fans have come to see, rewarded from the Eagles and the likes of Lasike and Teo.
McGee getting a lot of practice tonight with the boot. Made his debut against Uruguay in 2017. And this time his first miss of the night. It's 25 points to 6.
McGee, who had been perfect up until that point, but it will not take the smile off the face of Mikey Teo. Mentioned the long road back, over a year off the pitch, trying to get back to his top flight level as an international player, an international star.
14 tries for Teo for the US. So Reeves to restart things. Penalties are not going to do it for them in this game. They also go deep. Brachy takes it well. Something Brazil couldn't do just a moment ago on the other side. So the forwards drive it up for a few phases.
As you so correctly said, Dallin, penalties will not do it for Brazil. They need some possession. It's been dominated by the US in this first half.
Sean Davies forced to go higher with a Brazilian defender in his way. That one's been knocked, so it's play on. Davies goes at the top to McGee. Puts it into open space. Reeves is chasing back. This one spirals towards the try line and goes in goal. And all the way out the back.
And Brazil fortunate in that situation that that ball trickled through the end goal, and it will come all the way back. Brazil daring faith there, hoping that ball was going to go out, and it did. Critical final 5 minutes of this first half for the Brazilians. They need to find some points. And you see Reeves had...
Yeah, he had to put it down because, of course, the chasers are right there. Wanted to let it go through the back so they could get a scrum where the ball was kicked. Instead, it's a 22-meter dropout. So Reeves goes down to Lasike, the big unit. Stunning first half. Here he is yet again, battering people away. Cool at first receiver. They go the back to Teo. Flicks it across to Dolan. You see him on the wing a lot during the Major League Rugby competition. McGee takes it to the line. Good ball there, up the middle for Nate Breakley.
Back once.
And that one, a bit low to take for Brachy, so advantage for Brazil. They've had little possession, and so their fullback, Daniel Sansetti, 26 caps tonight, looks to take it up. They keep it in hand. 2 or 3 little jump steps, but not going far as Moises took in his 50th appearance for his country. Played in the Olympic Games in Rio 2016. There's his brother. Gives it to Reeves, a chip over the top. Well executed. Sanseri now with ball in hand. To the halfway line. Felipe Sanseri, they get a penalty for a high tackle.
You grab the player over the shoulder.
But nicely done by Brazil, obviously coming off the boot of Reeves, and he is the offense right now for Brazil. They have to find someone else how to get a few other people involved. Take another look at this dangerous tackle right there. Brachy just high on Sanseri. Sanseri. Now you see it up over the shoulders.
Good opportunity for Brazil to finish out this half on attack all the way downfield. We get a chance to see their line on how they function with the rolling ball.
How big would this be for Brazil if they're able to find points before half? U.S. has been dominant. If Brazil is able to come away with a try, that would give them certainly a bit of momentum before the second half.
Certainly will, this Brazilian side. They've never qualified for a Rugby World Cup. Their sevens team has played some on the Sevens World Series. So they're improving as years go by. Last year, I mentioned, they won the South American Championship. They beat Chile and the Argentina 15 for the first time in history, 36-33. Now they go to the back. Good ball it is there to Baragão. Reeves attacks himself. Little half gap for the fly half. Now looping around is Diaz. Good carry from Clever Diaz, the 23-year-old. Lost it though.
Lucas Duque just unable to secure it. He knew it immediately. How big is that? Brazil looking dangerous. Clever, fantastic touch right there, but Brazil, they can see that try line. But the knock on from the Brazilians.
Yeah, time off. 2 minutos.
Clever, a great carry right there, making meters the hard way.
I don't know. Injury.
Yeah, just lost it, did Diaz. Unfortunate for Brazil in that situation. Got to think that's a break for the U.S.
Okay, thanks.
Certainly is the U.S. 3 home games in a row they will have. So they'll take on the Uruguayan side. And then, of course, they'll finish things off. The U.S. will play Canada rivals on March 8th, round 5.
Well, that'll be a lot of fun. That is actually a home match for Canada, I believe, up in Seattle. Should be fantastic atmosphere for that one.
All these sides playing 5 test matches in this competition. Wonderful experience for them. The US were on an 11-game win streak before losing to the Argentina 15 a couple of weeks ago. It's a free kick to Brazil.
Little scrummaging there. Brazil, what would you expect? The power up front, they've been dominant. They will take the scrum in this situation. They understand that going for the post simply is not going to cut it, trailing 25-6 here in the final moments of this first half. You have to love that mentality from the Brazilians, playing to their strengths.
Well, the head coach, Rodolfo Ambrosio, born in Cordoba in Argentina, he knows how effective that attacking platform is. His side will need to score points, even if it's in the form of a penalty try, if the scrum keeps collapsing from the US. Let's see how this one goes. Lucas Duque, it's stable, but they get the push on. Thought about peeling away. Well, the US has peeled away there. Quill's away, so advantage. He probably will go for another scrum.
Brazil will take the scrum again. That massive push from the pack. Talking about a Bougie, Gibolo, Vietorato up front, Delaco, Vieira.
I'm looking. If they push straight and you go up, okay?
U.S. being knocked backward, seemingly nothing they can do about it.
I will have a look.
We saw John Cool in the red scrum cap. He was not even bound at the end of that scrum. And so just the power up front exerted.
Derecha.
Causing a lot of damage in his 22nd appearance.
Bind.
So anybody watching this broadcast right now, if you love the scrum, here it is yet again. Quill again is unbound. This is not good for the United States. And surely a penalty try and a yellow card. Let's see what happens here. Let's listen to our referee, Damon Schneider.
I need to have a word with the captain, sorry. Captain. Too many infringements in the scrum, okay? They are pushing straight.
Yeah.
I'm going to reward the dominance as soon as it's legal. So for the moment it's legal.
Yeah.
I need him to stay binded and don't go away. And your number 2 to stay at the line of the both props.
Can I have a word?
So the scrum is stale. Yeah, listen to you.
And just the only thing is if they could use it, they just can't sit at the back of the scrum either.
Okay, if they know, because they didn't stop. Okay?
Fine.
Just have a word.
Yeah.
Just listen.
You heard it right there. Hildebrand not staying straight. Quill not being bound.
Sweet.
Again for the second time, Quill unbound. Just a thing of beauty there. You mentioned if you like the scrum, the Brazilian scrum, an absolutely incredible.
Well, the tricky part too with Quill there, you can see him in the red scrum cap. That's number 1. And number 2, he stands up and he starts waving his right arm around to let go. Somebody's holding him in, and so it's pretty a pretty obvious sight. Just needs to stay a little bit lower there. And of course, a big blind side here for the Brazil.
This is big for the USA forwards.
Set.
Cannot concede the penalty try.
So here they go, the third attempt. Brazil march forward. And they search for the line. Ball is out. Going for it to be a try. Brazil, scrum power. They pile in. It's Lucas Duke in his 50th appearance. He has scored a brilliant try for Brazil.
What a job there from Duke, the scrum half. So appropriately on his 50th appearance for the national team, but you can give all credit to the scrum of Brazil. They are the reason for that try, continuing to dominate the power up front, and Brazil with their first try of the match.
A stunning effort from the front 8. And take another look at this. Abuji, Hibalo and Vitoro up front, and just opens up the little gap for Duke to snipe in. The man from Sao Paulo, Napoli Rugby Club. He gets a wonderful 5-pointer.
We mentioned how big this would be momentum-wise if Brazil was able to find their first try before the halftime whistle. They've done just that.
Reeves 2 for 2. All these kicks coming from similar places on the field.
Go back. Back.
And so we
30 seconds left. 30 seconds left.
can restart the 30-second clock, and the US shouldn't be allowed to charge now.
Come on.
Josh Reeves told to hurry up by our referee. And that won't matter. They raise the flags, and Brazil get their try to bring off the close of the first half. 25 points to 13. It's 3 tries to 1, and the visiting side have played tremendously to close out the first 40. We're going to take a short break and come back with halftime highlights here at Dell Diamond in round 3 of the Americas Rugby Championship. It's 25-3. The US lead Brazil.
Okay, I will.
It's the ARC defending champions, the USA Eagles, who take a half-time lead of 25 points to 13 over Brazil in the great state of Texas. 4 tries were scored here at Dell Diamond. A couple going on the field as well. The youngsters showing us how to get it done as well. Well, the US, they braved early on a yellow card to Brazil, and all of a sudden it's a missile that hit them a few moments later. It's good work by the forward pack for USA Eagles, and then Paul Lasike came flying in, and he got the first 5 points of the game.
Lasike with the try, able to put the US on top. They would add to their lead. The Terminator, Hanko Hermashais, over the top from Mikey Teo. Hermashais able to dot it down. The USA led 18-6 at that point. And Teo with an incredible offload, the one-handed offload falling down from Lasike Teo. Back after the injury, a year away, comes up with a huge try for the US.
And then to finish off the first half, it's Brazil, the power forwards up front. Almost a penalty try, but in the end, it's the youngster, the veteran, Lucas Duke, that gets over for a wonderful try for the Brazil team. And at the break, they lead 25 points to 13 from Dell Diamond. The rookie rugby kids there from Pekin Springs and Hart Elementary have come out displaying their stuff as well. Anything Mikey Teo can do, I can do as well. And it's try time. Time for another short break. The United States, ranked 13 in the world, are up 25-13 in their first Americas Rugby Championship home fixture against Brazil here at Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas. And earlier today we spoke with Gary Gold and we asked him the importance of the ARC in this vital 2019 season.
We enjoyed a little bit of success last year, and the important thing now is for us to grow on that success, for us to continue to improve. Obviously we've got a huge goal this year at the end of the year is the Rugby World Cup, so this ARC is a really important competition for us because of the goal of what we've got at the end of the year. But I think also very importantly is we come into this year with a slightly different tag, considering we did well last year, and it's really interesting that how we're going to have to deal with the tag of potentially coming into the competition as favourites. And unfortunately in Argentina last week we didn't perform very well. And that's a very good learning curve for us because obviously we know that at this stage we're the team that everyone else wants to target.
And we also heard from the Brazilian coach Rodrigo Ambrosio on his side's competitiveness and the win over Canada last weekend.
The Brazilian rugby is the team development team. Maybe in the future near the other competition, Brazil. Only five games is poor.
You have a big result against Canada.
It's one game. No, Brazilian play very good with Canada. They merit the score, but it's one game. One game.
It's the USA who lead Brazil 25-13 after 40 minutes. Up next, second half action from Del Diamond in Texas. Hello and a warm welcome to you for round 3 action in the 2019 Americas Rugby Championship. Brazil, fresh from their historic 18-10 win over Canada last weekend, find themselves trailing tonight 25-13 against the US Eagles here in Round Rock, Texas. So I'm Dallin Stanford in the booth with Kit McConaughey, and Alex Goff is pitchside, and he has a word from the US camp for us right now.
Well, guys, talked to Sean Pittman, the USA's forwards coach, talking a little bit about the scrum. He'd like to see lower body height going into the engagement, and then after that engagement, they want to see a better shove, just a more concerted shove after the engagement. Of course, the trade-off when you get lower and lower in the scrum is that it's a little more difficult for the hooker to make his strike, so it all has to come together a little bit better. Not said, but overheard on the sideline here. USA coaches seem to think that Brazil is offside an awful lot, especially Rebolo, the hooker, doesn't seem to retreat enough, and they'd like the referee to take a look at that. We'll see what happens in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, Del Diamond, a phenomenal facility here. Of course, they're home to the Austin Elite as well when they're not playing baseball. And you've done a lot of those games, kids. A good crowd comes out here and there, and it's really developing as the weather gets better.
Indeed, absolutely beautiful stadium here, home of the AAA affiliate of the Texas Rangers, and what a job they have done here. So glad to be able to host international rugby of this caliber. A hard-hitting first half indeed. You see the tackles being laid from both teams. A great job from Brazil, especially early on. U.S. was knocking at the door, couldn't come up with the try, but eventually the likes of Paula Sige able to batter down the door. The U.S. found a few more to add to their lead, 25-13, as we get ready to start the second half.
Yeah, the U.S. fresh from a loss against the Argentina 15, so they want to bounce back. And of course, a lot of rest here on this side. Gary Gold likes to keep most of his starters together, and then with some international players away, new players need to fill in.
They do indeed. An opportunity for some of these new players to really make their mark. And you heard what Alex had to say about that Brazilian scrum. So impressive, so much power. The U.S. is really going to have to up their game when it comes to the scrum in the second half.
So referee Damon Schneider from Argentina has the whistle for the second half. And in yellow and blue on the right of your screen, it's Brazil. They have 13. The USA in blue receiving this have 25. 40 minutes to go in this clash, and it's Hanko Khamase that has the first touch. Two players bring him to the ground. So it's slow ball for Davies as they have Hildebrand.
You've got to think the first 5 minutes of the second half are critical for Brazil to build on the momentum, that try at the very end of the first half. We'll see if they're able to add to it.
Use it! Davies told to use it. There's Savetta's leg to get him a little bit further from the defense. His kick towards the halfway line is excellent.
Nicely done there, perfectly placed. Habolo over to take it. You heard Habolo. U.S. thinks he's offsides. The big man, Wilton Habolo, very impressive first 40 minutes for number 2 in yellow.
They go to the back. Excellent set piece. Reeves turns it back in to his captain. Big contact on Felipe Sanseri. Twin brother on the side. They go to the halfway line with the Brazilians. Options right. Habolo turns it to the back, and great bit of skill here from Brazil. Excellent interplay, a high tackle coming in, and Sanseri was involved there as well on the offensive.
High tackle for the Eagles. Brazil looking dangerous indeed. A great start here to this second half. Brazil, there's a lot that they have to be proud of from that first half. The high tackle up there. You see it. Cam Dolan, left arm over the shoulder. That time of Felipe Sanseri. Brazilian down on the pitch. And I believe that is Wilton Habolo. Habolo, the hooker, down. Having some issues with that left shoulder. May be dislocated. Certainly that appears to be the case. Training staff taking a look.
And we know how important the reserves will be. The replacement players coming in a bit later, and take another look at that. They may feature sooner than later.
You see it right here. Nice run there. Right on top of the shoulder. Yeah, Felipe Sanseri, all the weight of Dolan.
Fine. Okay.
In obvious pain, Sanseri.
High tackle.
And Cam Dolan was arguing as well. He said, "What, me?" But Dolan is 6'8". He's that tall. Of course, anybody's going to tackle if he doesn't get lower. He's going to go high. Seatbelt tackle there, and of course the playmaker Felipe Sanseri. He may have to leave the field. So, penalty attempt here from Josh Reeves.
Interesting here. Brazil elected to go for points. Figured with the momentum and the power they had in that scrum. But they're going to continue to try to add to their total, chip away at this lead. Sanseri, they're being attended to by the staff, the captain. Certainly, Brazil hopes he will be able to continue.
Well, not a bad decision, too, because after scoring that try, converting it as well. There's only 12 points in it right now. So this kick will bring us within 9. The trusted left boot, Josh Reeves. Been playing since 1995. Also spent some time with the Sevens program, but he wasn't able to kick much in that, so he converted back to 15s. And so here we go. Reeves for the first points to be side in the second half. Just short. Had the direction, but not the distance. As McGee goes down towards the halfway line for a relief.
Rare miss there from Reeves, unexpected. That well within his range. Certainly had the accuracy, just not the distance. Maybe just too much height in that attempt for Reeves, and that's big for Brazil, leaving points on the table.
Time is off, player down.
So the change for Brazil is Sanseri, Felipe Sanseri, their center, coming off, and they will bring Lorenzo Massari on in his spot. Massari wearing the number 22 jersey.
Sorry.
And not a good sight there, the captain.
Subs is in.
You can see
okay,
in pain, and he'll leave the field. 33 caps tonight.
Water off, please.
Sanseri leaves, and again, we mentioned the replacement players. They, of course, will have a big impact in this game, especially as it closes out.
Yeah, they do indeed. You take a look at the U.S. reserves. Viviano, number 17, what a young talent he is at just 19 years of age. And Pivoletti there at number 21. Saw his brother last night for the San Diego Legion, looking for his first cap. Rossetti, Silva, Bengalo, the men up front, the replacement forwards, and the rest, replacement backs. Massari, the first change for Brazil.
Brazil with ball in hand, just going the required 5 meters. Clever stuff for them to keep possession. Duke. They dig it out, going over the advantage line there is Andre Arruda. Offside advantage. And now Jardel Vitorado, 30 caps, spits back, still available for De Lucqua. Player born in Italy. Played with Velo Rugby Emilia in Brazil, working around the fringes, almost backing into their own
There
players.
was obstruction, come back
did,
for the
in fact.
penalty. 6 blue offside. 6 blue offside.
Offside. You take a look at it, and it's got to be John Quill.
Basta, ahora me
See him there in the red scrum half. Easy to pick out.
Post.
Quill there, just a mistake. Rare mistake from the veteran. 30 caps. Plays his trade with Rugby New York, first year in Major League Rugby. We'll see what Reeves can do after hitting his first 3. He missed his last.
And Brazil in ARC history have won 5 in 4 years of the competition.
Go to the captain. I didn't know it. Okay, I will have a look.
So Reeves looking to make amends for that miscue. It's Brazil wanting to keep this game tight. 45 minutes gone. And Josh Reeves looks to have pulled that back in nicely. 25-16 the score, and let's hear more about Reeves with Alex on the sideline.
Playing rugby for Brazil. Well, he's from Christchurch, but he ended up going to play in Ireland, where he played for Greg McWilliams, who is assistant coach now for the USA. And in Ireland, of course, he met a Brazilian woman. He ended up marrying. They went back to New Zealand, decided to move back and work in Brazil, and that's where the timing all worked. He said that his rugby started to improve, and at the same time Brazilian rugby started to really take off, and it just was perfect timing for both Brazil and for Josh Reeves. He sort of hit his stride. Brazilian rugby are hitting their stride at the same time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Alex, and congratulations to Mrs. Reeves as well there. Fantastic addition to the side. He really has been. They've climbed the ladder in the World Rugby rankings, and it's the US now with ball in hand.
Been a perfect marriage on and off the pitch, I dare say.
Certainly right, Kit, as Brachy cleans things up for the United States, and Hildebrand looking for extra work around the fringes.
Release!
McGee tries to stab it through. It's been picked up by Brazil, and good skills by Hobart Chitanoria.
Back!
The 22-year-old snaps it up as a box kick goes over the top. The chasers are there. Of course, very close to that wall as well.
Danielson City giving it good chase, and that's as much of it as the kick is itself. Give credit there to Chitanorio. Fantastic job coming away with it for Brazil.
They're taking all the things, don't worry.
This Brazilian side just hanging around. Things tighter than maybe the Eagles anticipated.
Well, Canada saw that last weekend. Kick over the top. Scully chases the spline. Scully, it's a bit deep. Chitanorio does well, and then runs into the brick shoulders of the captain of the United States.
Inside.
Lucas Duke from the Poly Rugby Club feeds Reeves. Another solid kick to the halfway line.
Nicely done there by Reeves, relieving pressure. Just so good putting boot to ball.
You stop making that, or I will speak with the captain. Here.
Just 9 points in this game. You wouldn't expect it after the first 3 tries from the United States. They've gone quiet though in the second half. Now Lasike.
Early back line. Leave it.
Wangluski was missed, so they go a couple behind the back passes. Campbell goes to Teo on the outside. Mikey Teo in open space, peels it back in. It's Quill for the line. John Quill has got a stunning try. It's backs and forwards combining, and the US get their first score in the second half, thanks to the man with a red headgear.
What a job there. The veteran Quill comes away with it, but that was all due to the run of Mikey Teo, sucking the defense to him. Teo's so dangerous. The Brazilians have already seen what he is able to do with ball in hand. Beautiful run from Teo, and here he is, Mikey Teo, slipping tackles a perfect pass right into the outstretched fingers of Quill, and easily able to dot it down. And that is a gift on the money from Teo to Quill.
John Quill gets his 5th try in his 31st appearance. Debuted against Tonga in 2012. Also represented the US at the Rugby World Cup in 2015, and his support line was fantastic. Quill gets the bonus point for the United States with the 4th try in this game.
Talk about responses. What a response from the United States after giving up the penalty goal to Reeves. He'd cut it. A big one for the US.
McGee from the side. He just missed one tonight so far. And this one make that 2, so the score 30 points to 16.
Here it is one more time. Outside, Teo off to the races. What a job from Teo looking back in. Fantastic peripheral vision. Saw Quill there, and Quill easily across.
And did you see 4 US runners in support there? And I think that's a fantastic thing. All in a row. Any one of those could have scored that try, and well set up by the US. The width on attack, superb. 14 points the buffer now for the US. They receive this inside their 22. The fullback, Marcel Brachi, born in Los Angeles and grew up in South Africa before playing some rugby in Australia. Well travelled is Brachi's passport.
Use it!
Davies almost doubled his weight with that beard of his. Goes high, and a relieving kick for his team, but not quite to the halfway line. In fact, closer to the 10.
And not exactly where he was looking to play that. And I must say, Dallin, what a difference it makes. We mentioned in the first half, but having a healthy Mikey Teo in the lineup for the Eagles, a game changer.
Sparking the magic needed. Brazil. They go to the back. Reeves, beautiful ball across. This is enterprising. Big tackle on Daniel Sanseri, no room to move. His opposite number, Brachi, has him, and Khamasays comes in with a counter ruck.
So nobody's good.
Khamasays has it. The forwards working well. Khamasays close to the line. Does well to flick it in the field of play. Campbell pulls it to Wingluski. Chance Wingluski. Hildebrand. Met hard in a tackle by Kleber Diaz. As McGee goes deep, puts a kick over the top, spots some space there. Sanseri's there. Chip kicks over the top. Beautiful skills. Sean Davies flicks it in to his Glendale Raptor teammate, Henko Khamasays. This game coming alive in the second half. Wingluski yet again. Strong carry from the front row forward. He's done well tonight. Just in his 3rd appearance for the US. As they have advantage. Chip over the top by McGee. They have an advantage, so they'll come back to it.
And what a job from the U.S. You can point all the way back to the counter ruck, able to win that ball back. And Hanko going through. Great rugby from both teams, great handling. And the U.S. look like they're going to make a change as Dylan Fawcett, wearing the number 16, will come on for the Eagles. Fans have joined themselves. I mentioned all the rugby teams, the clubs, the Huns, the Blacks, all the college sides here, long awaited to have this match in the Lone Star State, and I know they have come from near and far to cheer on their Eagles.
Well, rugby in Texas is certainly booming. There's Fawcett as well. You've got the Major League Rugby professional side here, and then of course in Houston, not very far away, and we know Dallas has put a bid in also. Here comes Dylan Fawcett. He earns his 8th cap. A man known as the Butcher. Also represents Rugby United New York, and there goes Hildebrand. Solid night for him up front, especially against a very tough pack.
Yeah, nicely done from the Eagles hooker against a very stout front line for Brazil. Mentioned Fawcett, another man who plies his trade in Major League Rugby, and so great to see these players, as Gary Gold said, playing at the highest caliber week in and week out.
Dolan receives this one. They drive this for the line. Good set piece so far from the US.
Ball is out.
Now it's available. Fawcett at 9. Lasika has another run himself. Reeves brings him down. Peeling around is Wingluski. Very active in the last 5 minutes. Davies, such crisp service he gives. And the line from Bryce Campbell. Bumps around a couple. Hard-nosed centre. Wide ball, and Savannah pushing in, and Khamasais looks like he scored. They're going to have a check here.
Time off. Okay, you're happy with the rounding first.
What I have at the 5 metre line is a high tackle on 7 and blue.
Okay.
I have no comment on the grounding here.
You have no issue with the grounding?
I have no issue with the grounding.
Okay, for me it's okay. Around the high tackle, what's your recommendation? Penalty only?
Penalty only, yes.
Okay, so advantage over, I can award the try.
Yes.
Okay.
Try awarded. It's try number 2 for Henkel Khamasais. And Scott Green comes in and checks, and he says, A-OK.
Heiko Hermeshes, the Terminator, the man with 1,000 nicknames who has earned each and every one of them. What a job from the young star. And he is showing up tonight in his former stomping grounds here in the capital of the great state of Texas. Another try for Hermeshes. Outside.
Time off.
A high tackle, Hermeshes would not be stopped. Wanted to see the signal.
So Mark,
comes up with his second 5-pointer of the evening.
So off-field decision try, you were happy with the ground.
Just so difficult to bring down.
What do you want to take?
Never stops his legs, continues to churn for tough meters.
I think they're checking here to see if Khamasais scored or not. It looks like he was tackled, he went to the ground, hit the knee on the ground. Technically shouldn't be able to get up and score again, is my opinion.
Officials going to the monitor, a little check.
So once a player gets tackled and goes to ground, you then need to place the ball, pass it if you want, but you can't get up then with the ball in hand without not releasing it and then go again. I think that might be the issue. They checked the big screen, and our referee Damien Schneider just making sure from Argentina. And you see a good-looking Scott Green there, the local man here, referee from Austin via New Zealand.
Yes, Mark, I got you.
Of course, Mark O'Brien there with him as well. So take another look, talk us through this, kid.
There it is. Hermeshes, you see it. Try to keep out. There it is. Great work from Mark Crew. You can see the knee.
Yes.
But they want to see Savetta with the push in the 5 shirt. Keep an eye. Oh, you see it right there. Savetta from behind had the push, which appeared to be the reason the Hermeshes went down. His knee hit the turf. Be very interested to see what the officials say here.
I'm not so worried about the push. I mean, I know it probably looked fierce from this angle, but watch Khamasais. His knee touches the ground there, so that's now illegal if he gets up. So either way, shouldn't be a try, is what we're thinking. But he was pushed, which is kind of strange. Normally you latch onto your players and you drive through with them, because then there's 2 bodies piling at the same time. So Savetta, though, just pushing Khamasais. I don't know if he wanted to be pushed, but we're going to check to see what they say here.
Okay, now just wait. Now I want to check about the tackle, if the tackle was completed or not. And if the player stand up, being the tackle, that's completed. Okay, thank you.
So we'll take another look, see if the tackle is completed, if he indeed had to release the ball.
Okay.
So that's a tackle. That's a tackle there. That's a tackle. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Oh, and it appeared that he did carry on when he should have released.
Okay, so I go. Okay, I'm going to reverse my on-field decision. It's going to be penalty against USA for tackle completed. Sweet for you?
Don't say I told you.
Wouldn't be the first time. You heard there from our referee Schneider.
Captain.
So penalty for not releasing, obviously, and maybe for the push as well.
So we were taking for try. On-field decision was try for the grounding, but there is a tackle that is completed, and your player don't leave the ball and stand up and make the try. So I cannot allow that. Around the full play, we check it. There is nothing serious for us to call. Okay, so I have to reverse the on-field decision. Just listen to me.
So it's just an offside penalty?
No, it's going to be. Sorry.
Oh, I thought there was an offside.
No. So it's going to be penalty against you for tackle completed for the sweet.
You heard it. Penalty against the U.S.
Penalty here.
What a change that is.
And the right decision too. And Damien Schneider, full credit to the officials for this call. And Henkel Khamasais just a bit eager. His knee touched the ground and they need to release the ball. He was eager to get another score for the US. So the score will still remain 30-16. And Reeves will get a chance to put his team downfield.
And full credit to the officials going to the monitor and coming away with the correct call in that situation. And what a turn for Brazil. Absolutely massive.
Well, they need to make it count now. They need to score next if they can. Still 25. 30-16, in fact, we had Quill's try.
Go back 9, go back 2 meters.
55 minutes gone in this clash here at Dell Diamond, just outside of Austin, Texas. And it's a ball to the middle. Aruda.
High tackle.
Advantage for another high tackle. So Reeves goes high. He probably wants the penalty so he can kick it out and get the line out. Because this one goes to Brachi, and referee's there playing a good long advantage.
Yeah, referee Schneider's done a fantastic job in this match.
Time is off.
Playing the long advantage. You see the reaction from the Brazilians. Scully will come over for a quick
one
word.
high tackle in the first half and 2 high tackles in a row now, so you need to go below the line of the shoulders. Would be more on the next one. Thanks.
Brazil, they had a man in the sin bin in the first half. Their loose head, Lucas Habuji, put them down a man for 10 minutes. The U.S. in danger of going down a man themselves.
High. Time back on. Sorry?
Reeves looking to bomb this downfield.
I manage the game you play.
Great refereeing. I manage the game you play. Well said, Damon Schneider.
And nicely done there. Brazil.
Here's the mark, boys. Here's the mark.
Looks like they were going to concede the try. Penalty against the U.S. for non-releasing now the line out for Brazil. This is a big opportunity. Brazil had a huge try at the end of the first half. If they could find one here, that would totally change the complexion of this match.
And here they go. Osici off the bench. Not accurate with that throw. Chamases leaves it behind. Brazil still get this. Good play by them. No looker inside. This one goes back to Scully. Blaine Scully picks it up. Brachi is with them. The US have turned things around after losing the lineup. The CK hands to Quill. Scored the last try here in the second half for the US is Fawcett. Has another run. The back's into play now. Teo throws that forward.
Forward pass, but what a... It's just absolutely lowering the boom.
Forward pass.
Pass. Must be behind, and take a look here. Teo. Yeah, that one obvious. Nice job there from the official.
Thanks.
Teo out into his number 8. What a job. Big Cam Dolan, 6'8", running right through the would-be tackler.
Well, Dolan played Rugby World Cup 2015.
Brazil.
And he captained the US at a young age, under 20. And from Life University, such a solid unit. 42 caps tonight, just behind Blaine Scully, who is 44.
Your space is there. Don't close your head. Thank you. Yes, you close your head. Don't close your head. Keep the space. Thanks.
What an opportunity here for Dylan Fawcett as well to face this Brazilian front row.
Indeed, the young hooker came on for Hildebrand. Went up against one of the best packs anywhere. How does he respond?
Crouch! Bind!
Abuji up front.
Set!
Dorado, the policeman.
Throw the ball!
Second oldest in the squad. 34 years young. They keep it steady and quick ball. It comes out to Reeves. Attacks the line nicely. A looping ball. Macera was involved and they put it to the toe. Scully races back. Leaves it behind. It's Brazil for the line. Good pick up there from Chetanorio.
Offside. 5 offside.
Offside's advantage. Brazil looking to capitalize. Hoisted ball over the top. Beautiful skills on the outside. It's Brazil looking for the corner. And in they go. Moises Duck also scores in his 50th appearance. Anything his brother can do, so can I. It's a Duck score.
The Duck brothers both picking up their 50th appearances in the Yellow Kits tonight. Both able to come away with tries. It'll be a memorable night for those two. And what a try for Brazil. The kick through, Scully unable to secure it. And Brazil comes up with a big try. Beautiful ball outside. Duck was able to get to the line, beating Fawcett the entire way. Fawcett never going to catch him in a foot race.
Moises Duck, based in Sao Jose dos Campos. He's the one that kicked the last-second penalty, beat the US in 2016, 24-23. Tonight he adds a brilliant try on the corner.
Mark, all good, mate? You hear me? Thanks, mate.
Reeves, important 2 points needed from the sideline. 60 minutes gone on the clock. The 28-year-old might look tired, but his side need that left foot, the boot, the power. Great looking angle. Will this curl in? No, it doesn't in the end. So the score 30-21. No, still 9 points in this with 20 to go.
Second time he's missed this evening. Both have been short. He's had the accuracy. The accuracy has been there. Just a bit too high, unable to lift it over the crossbar. Points left on the field. A match like this, Brazil must take advantage.
Into the 22. Well fielded by Brazil. Look, he's got Reeves. This one goes down the throat of Brachi. A counter-attack option here. Marcel Brachi has a crack himself, tackled by Diaz.
Okay, ball is
Falls
out.
on the ground there. Brazil come flying in. And knock it on, so just a scrum advantage for the US. Not sure they want that, though. Wide ball. Fired out to Dolan on that far side. This time at a standing start with Mikey Teo. But still US in possession. And now they bring it through Ben Landry.
Release.
Onto the field.
First man on ball. You lost the ball now. Knock on, advantage.
Still knock on advantage. Ruben de Haas tries to snip through. It's knocked back by a Brazilian hand. Referee says no, so we'll come back there. But a tight one for Brazil.
That ball looked like it was knocked on by a Brazilian. Referee saw something differently, and Eagles thought they were going to be off to the races to dot another one down. Initially, certainly appeared to come off a Brazilian. Here it is one more time. Oh, indeed it did. That one right off the hands of Lorenzo Massari. No advantage played. The U.S. will have reason to be upset. Now McGee ahead of him. You saw it there in that second shot. Great work from our camera crew.
Crouch!
Just when you think the officials not making the correct call, he has been outstanding tonight, has Damian Schneider of the Argentine.
Stop.
He really has. The scrum battle continues yet again. And for the US, it's Sean Pittman who looks on, former Eagle, 30 caps in a Rugby World Cup under his belt. He's in charge of this pack, and here's a look at them going down.
Don't push on. Okay.
They may have lost the bind. It's been tough sledding in this one for the U.S. All the talk about the Brazilian scrum. U.S. is prepared. It's one thing to hear about it, quite another to see it face to face.
Crouch!
Young face of Ruben de Haas on the field, wearing 22. Going to reset this again. De Haas played rugby with the Free State Cheetahs in South Africa.
You keep your mantén tu espacio y no te vayas hacia adentro. ¿Está entendido?
We're talking to Lucas Abuji, 36 caps for the 25-year-old. So our referee Schneider is paying close attention to that side.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
And this battle eagerly watched here. Look at that forward pack. It's crunching, but they get it through Dolan. Skills from the number 8. Bryce Campbell sets off because that scrum had disintegrated. Good ball from De Haas, and Chamases again gets the bump. Prefers to run over somebody, then step them. Quill takes on 2 himself.
Soccer!
Brazil need to roll away and break down Lasica. Quick hands. Beautiful stuff there from Foster. Bryce Campbell yet again.
19.
It's Scully from the right wing, helping out on the left. Advantage for the US. They're really trying to fling this around. Teo in at 9. Good support there from Paul Mullen, the man from Galway in Ireland, went to Texas A&M. Now it's a cross kick. Ooh, big collision as well. James comes in.
19 offside.
No advantage as Chitanorio goes down with that take.
And offside there.
Here's the mark. 19
What
offside.
a job there from Chitanorio. Beautiful take.
Second offside of 19. 2 offsides. Go back.
Offside. Second time, Ben Landry. You heard him, second time. Or rather, that's a Paganini, Gabriel Paganini. My apologies there, the Brazilian, number 19 in the yellow top, offside. The power of that Brazilian scrum, and talking about the hooker and the tight head, Kiabolo and Vietorato, just amazing, the two of them combining.
Well, I'll tell you what, Titi Lamasatelli and Big Joe Tafate were really missing out on this occasion. They would love to have been a part of that front row action. I mean, it's not often you get tested like that at international rugby. With only 9 matches to go for the US ahead of the Rugby World Cup, that's so important.
We'll take a look. Here's the offside. Yeah, clearly you can see him in the scrum cap. Well offside by Giannini. The number 19 on his back. Good spot there from the official.
So the US choose to have a penalty attempt at goal. They're up by 9 points. They want to increase that buffer. Will McGee. Lovely strike. He puts his side up now, 33 points to 21 with under 14 minutes to go.
Nicely done there from McGee. He got the U.S. out to a 6-0 lead early on before Reeves was able to come in to put Brazil on the board. But I must say, very impressive stuff from the Brazilians. I mentioned the jump they've made in the last few years. The win over Canada, and this is a side really making waves on the international stage.
That's right, they only won one IRC game in 2016, 2 in 2017, as James Hayes takes us inside the 22. But this performance will go a long way for their campaign. De Haas, the backup scrum off for the US. Gives his players a chance to get there. That's a well-timed kick.
Advantage.
It comes through to the US side and then into touch.
Well-timed indeed, nicely done. Good chase there from the US. Perfectly placed, that's where you want it, just about 20-25 meters. Able to get guys underneath it. Plenty of hang time. Fans enjoying themselves. Hard not to in an atmosphere like this.
Onto the field right now as well as Will Hooley, wearing 23, replaces the birthday boy, Will McGee. Great performance from him tonight. Hooley, 24 years of age, out of Cambridge, England. It's a scrum again, comes in from Brazil. It's another monster.
Absolutely dominating. A monster indeed. That is a beast, a bestia, if you will. Absolutely just incredible, the power of that scrum for Brazil. Just back and up, able to lift the tight head off the ground for the Eagles.
Yeah, Paul Mullins was up on his feet already, and then of course popping up in the middle as well. So Reeves puts them downfield, doesn't elect to go for the 3. He knows with time running out, if they can get another scrum or eventually a penalty as well, they'll opt for scrum time.
And you've got to give a lot of credit to the head coach of Brazil, Ambrosio, the Argentine. He's really brought that Argentine flair with him to Brazil. And he says this is what has made the Pumas successful, that power up front. He's brought that across the border. Brazil reaping the benefits, the rewards.
It's certainly working as they have. Jan Osici came off a US hand.
Off by blue.
They still have it.
Advantage in a corner.
Reeves. They'll take the scrum if they can. Into contact goes Tranquez. Now back to the right-hand side. They work with the replacement. Paganini does well. It's just a scrum advantage, though. They would want that. No advantage is now over.
Tuck and roll!
Delacroix.
Slow.
They have a penalty, though.
Cancel back. Back was formed.
A little bit of pushing. Players just need to stay out of this.
Just leave it. You go back.
There you saw Cleber Diaz there. Ben Landry exchanging pleasantries.
Silence. You go back. It's just a penalty for you. You calm down. Come. Come. I spoke with the captain that was in the first half. I didn't speak to you. If I said not now, it's because I'm not going to speak with you, okay? You are coming to speak to me all the time. This is going to stop right now, okay? It's penalty for you, nothing else. No, nothing else. Not now, no, not now. Not now.
Yeah, Schneider there, emphatic. A wonderful job explaining things to Arterbergo.
Okay.
As you said earlier, you play, I'll do the refereeing.
Well, he's not the captain either, so he's not technically allowed to have a word with the referee. He's got to go through his captain.
That wasn't stopping Bergo in that situation. He wanted to make sure he was heard. Take another look. Looking to see if there's a punch thrown by Landry in the 19.
Yeah, it's two of those, in fact.
Not one, but two for Landry and Diaz.
His arm is being pulled in, so he's trying to... Now, this is tricky. It's happened to Paul Lasica as well, and I do think the US players need to be careful of their reaction to being held in, because that's the thing that gets punished.
Yes,
it's not the one who commits the initial infraction. It's always the second.
Blue,
and it's how you do it. If you swing your arms wildly, then...
Of the Brazilian player,
it's tricky.
They're going to penalize him and card him with yellow.
So
okay for you?
Card last time for Lasica. He used his boot in that occasion to get rid of the player holding on to him.
Okay.
And this time, Landry throwing a couple of haymakers.
That's one way to extricate yourself.
Yes. Now you give me the mark. Number 19. If he gives two punches in a player he wasn't hold, it's yellow card for you. You go.
Well, Landry off to the bin for 10 minutes.
Go back, go back. The mark is here.
Landry.
Mark, I'm here with the mark.
The pitch.
The mark is okay
just minutes
here.
Before.
Okay. Punch.
Wow, we're in for a big finish here at Dale Diamond.
Scrum.
Landry goes to the side. 15 against 14, and they want a scrum.
And of course, Brazil wants to scrum. There was never a debate about that.
It's bad enough with a full pack, and now you're missing one of the engine room players.
Keep an eye on that front row. Keep an eye on the two and the tight head. Giambolo and Vietorato.
Thanks.
So Dolan will come up, the big 6'8", number 8, and Quill there, the red scrum cap, will head back.
And Bryce Campbell joins on that far side of the flank position. Adjusted scrum.
Bind.
What will be the result?
Set.
I'm not taking any bets. It's the men in yellow. Go forward, of course, as expected. Oh no, then they get crumpled at the second occasion. They get the penalty, though. Cam Dolan was initially celebrating, and then again, a couple of pushes come through here, and somebody's fallen to the ground there in the US jersey.
Yeah, things starting to get chippy in this one. Hermeshes back on his feet.
You go back.
It's going to take a lot to get the Terminator out of this match.
You go back.
Cleber Diaz on the pitch as well.
Captain and number 5. Number 5. Come. Come. Yeah. You come back to speak to me like that, and the only one that's going to be with the yellow card is you, okay? Go back.
Fully, get in there. Get in there. Get in the huddle. Calm it down. One conversation. Get in there.
Blaine Scully desperate to get his team together.
Marcy, can you leave that, please? Thank you.
There's too many infringement in the scrum, okay? If there is pressure and it's legal, okay, it's penalty for Brazil, and you are collapsing. So I need a word on them, same as I told you in the end of the first half. Okay, next one will be more severe. Sweet?
Yes, understood. One of my players just got punched in the face. We have to check it.
Okay, I'm going to check it, okay? You just have a word with
Heard their
them.
warning there.
Okay?
Next time, much more severe. And
Mark,
Schneider,
you hear me
not
there?
a man
There's
you want to
any
mess
punch I need
with.
to review.
Now they're checking the foul play. This is important too, because Hermeshes doesn't bleed often.
Scully saying that he caught
Okay,
a punch.
we're going to check.
Be on the left-hand side of your screen here.
Yes, mate, thank you.
You see the push. Saw the push, didn't see the punch. but hard to see.
It's a bit of a Hollywood dive as well there, I suppose, from Kamase's.
He's been watching a little bit of the other football, I think.
Well, Kenny Nasagenge in last night's game had a brilliant Hollywood dive. This one, maybe Kamases was tripping on the side there. I don't want to speak out of turn because he's a big unit, and when he sees me later in the week, I don't want to have to answer to that.
And nothing came of Nasagenge's dive last night. We'll see if anything comes of Hermoshays.
Okay, I'm going to have a word with the Brazilian player.
Mass substitutions for the U.S. You see it right there.
You can't push any player, okay?
Quill coming off
next time I'm going
alongside
to reverse the
Wingalewski.
Understood?
So it's the penalty to Brazil. We see the replacement players will be coming on in a second.
Go back. Here's the mark.
And they are going to opt for a scrum, most likely. Yes, they will. And into the pitch comes David Anu'u, just 19 years and 95 years old, or young, I should say, from Toulouse in France is where he plays his professional rugby. And he is in the front row with Dylan Fawcett.
He is going right into the fire, is Anu'u.
And Dino Waldron as well, wearing 18.
Crouch!
So a new front row for the United States against the veterans of Brazil. Anything but a penalty would be success.
Hook the ball. Use it!
Success it is as they go to Reeves. Reeves floats one over the top. Remember, it's 15 against 14. Looking to cut back in there was Chitanorio. Another hammer for the line. Just short.
Back on the
Brazil
line.
looking for their second try in this half. They've got over. It's fantastic stuff. It's Brazil, the forwards, diving in. And it's the visitors that'll bring things tight.
What a job there. And that time able to dot it down, Mateo Delacqua. It was Habola, Wilton Habola with the hammering run up the middle. And Mateo Delacqua, Italian-Brazilian, comes up with his first try of the match, and what a finish we are in store for in this one.
Thank you.
Take another look. Beautiful ball. Habolo making tough meters just shy of the line. Habolo. Delacqua there on the spot. Delacqua able to dive underneath. Referee Schneider on the spot to blow the whistle. Great stuff here from Brazil. Habolo battering ram at the line. Delacqua, you see him with the 4 on his back. Able to get to it and dives underneath. So difficult to stop.
Well, that's a third try for Brazil. One try away from the bonus point. And another viral kick for Josh Reeves. It's 33-26 right now. We're into the last 7 minutes of this clash. Again, it's Mikey Teo that charges at the wrong time.
30 left.
And the crowd need to keep from jeering. No need for that in the sport, as the Brazilian fly half keeps his head down. Perfection. 33 points to 28. 5 points just in this. 7 minutes to go.
The players can't
and what a turn.
Start running in the conversion. If the player has
Brazil.
If they happen again,
the scrum has always been there. It's been dominant, but the offense, the attack, it was lacking in the first half. They were able to come up with the try, their first of the match at the very end of the first half. In the second half, they have been outstanding. Just continued to chip away. And now just a 5-point game.
Wulhuli drop kicks to the 22. Teo comes flying up. Teo was actually warned by referee Schneider there for charging the kick, so
inside.
They better be careful on the next one if that happens again. They can't let it go through though, as Reeves kicks it down to Brachi. Long way to go for Marcel Brachi. He goes to the air. Hooley chases this one. Beautiful take at the top from Brazil. They maintain position as Duke shifts it away. Hands from Reeves as he poops the grabber kick in. Nice little kick. Brachi's there though, the fullback. It's well positioned.
7 stop! Now
And so's Duke. Pressure here on Reeves. Reeves gets through, but he's forced to run it. The Flaff does well. And they've got Turburgo here on the left-hand side. It's another kick through. Scully has to go in to help out. Energy sapping last few minutes, and good tackle comes in again. Chitanorio involved with all things. And a penalty to Brazil.
Holding on.
Danger times.
What a job initially there from Mikey Teo, able to secure that one, but just did not release, and this is huge for Brazil.
Scrum or line out time?
I don't think that's a question in this one. Again, another look. Scully with it. And not releasing the call. The Brazilians on the spot.
Well, they've surprised us indeed. They've gone for the corner. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Certainly not the MO we've seen tonight from Brazil. They'll take the line out at the 5, see if they can secure it, and possibly get a driving maul.
4 minutes to go on the clock. 5 minutes the difference between these sides. You thought the US was going to run away with it in the first half. But it's Brazil. Burgo. Paganini has it as they peel towards the try line.
One stop.
The US come piling in as well. Tavita Tamalau on the field wearing 20, and they've defended well against this maul.
What a job there defensively from the Eagles.
It was unplayable before the ball went out.
Although I'm not going to breathe yet because it's scrum time for the United States.
Here.
This is when they're going to have to dig deep. This is when all the weight room, the scrum machine work comes into play late in a match like this. The balance still there. Who will come away with this one?
Well, young David Anu'u from Olympia, Washington High School and Junior All-American honors. He's up front. And he's going to shoulder a lot of this scrum time, and so will Dino Waldron. Energy sapping stuff. 77 minutes played. And there's some tired bodies out there.
We said it previously. Brazil coming here tonight looking for a victory as we take a look at the upcoming matches. And obviously a big one next week. USA and the #2 team in the standings of the American Rugby Championship. Uruguay up at Tukwila there at Starfire Sports Complex in Seattle.
Sorry?
And week 5, USA and Canada will technically be a home game for the Canadians. Another match in Seattle. They're home of the Seawall, a great venue for rugby. Home of the Seattle Seawolves, the reigning MLR champions.
That's right. Good crowd tonight as well as they come in and take a look at the next round. Of course, you've got Canada looking to redeem themselves after losing to Brazil. They take on a very powerful Argentina 15 side. And we said that USA Uruguay game, and then Brazil-Chile. That is always a nail-biter. Those two countries going head-to-head yet again, as they do so often in South America. But right now, the scrum has to reset. Could be the most important part of this game. And Bryce Campbell wearing 13. Again, he's on the flank side. Ruben de Haas looks to feed this. Debut against Chile in 2018. 8 caps, now 9 for the US. Tamalau at the back from East Palo Alto, and the scrum goes back. It's available though. De Haas picks it up, throws a beautiful dummy. De Haas cuts back in field. Ruben de Haas. Very elusive around the fringes. Dolan in at 9.
Don't do that.
The US need to get out of this danger zone inside the 22.
Stop. Leave it! Leave it! Inside. Use it!
Haas looking for an exit play. And pushes that one downfield, but it's not out. Looking for a counter-attack there is Hobart Chitanorio. Plays 7s as well for his country. This one goes wide. Duke looking to step back in. Scored 1 tonight already. Still available for Brazil. A last chance. They've got to throw everything at this as they cut up the middle. Tamalau with a big tackle. Don't forget the US down to 14 players, and that one into touch.
And a huge turn there, miscommunication. Reeves, you can see the reaction just off the mark. His pass well in front of the intended target. For Chinorio. Eagles players with an eye on the clock at this juncture.
Time off.
Reeves.
Time off. There's subs coming.
Catch at the Norio, but just unable to get the pass into his hands.
Okay, sweet, thank you.
Fans enjoying themselves. They know the win may be moments away. The USA chant taking hold here at Dell Diamond.
Fawcett, formerly with the Old Blue of New York, now Rugby United New York, goes to the back. Not a good throw. It comes for Brazil. Big step and fend in there as well. Lorenzo Massari, the 21-year-old, in his second appearance for Brazil, but they concede a penalty, and Sean Davies was getting in there.
First man on ball.
In fact, getting involved was Will Hooley. Beautiful stuff from him.
Holding.
What a job from the substitute, Hooley. Fantastic work there.
It's no time off.
Brazil able to come away with the line out. Keep an eye on Hooley.
Time off, 16 blue.
And Hooley comes up with it in the ruck.
16 blue, okay.
The reaction from Tooth.
Sorted. Just opening.
Well, that really could be a match winner right there. It's gone for the line out. First throw. We see here, new cap. Capelli Perfaletti on debut. Finds Cam Dolan, a man from the San Diego Legion. Perfaletti as Dolan runs into touch. And that is full time. And the United States have won their second clash in the 2019 Americas Rugby Championship, improving to 2-1 in this Rugby World Cup here. Brazil suffered their third loss to the Eagles, but a brave performance, and applause from the crowd.
Going.
They've faced the two best teams in the competition, have Brazil, and the United States can certainly breathe a sigh of relief. What a match. Outstanding from both sides. U.S. comes away as the winner, justifiably so, but Brazil, what a performance from the Brazilians. Showed up looking for the victory. They were very short, just short, I should say, of coming up with the win tonight. So after the break, we'll bring you post-match analysis from Dell Diamond, where the U.S. is victorious against their South American friends from Brazil by a score of 33-28. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
All right, well, we're here with substitute captain Artur Bergo. Your captain went off injured partway through the game, and Artur, how tough was that for you to come back from that?
Yeah, it was a tough game for us, but I'm also proud of the boys. We did a good work in the second half. We came back lots of points, so I'm proud of them. We expected more for sure, but that's life, that's rugby. We are focused on the next game now, so for it's tough, yeah.
What were some of the adjustments you made at halftime to come out and start scoring?
Yeah, we said the Eagles, they have a strong forward pack and they came hard at us, so we have to have a good line speed in defense, so that's what we talk about. We did that in the second half, and I think it make a good change for us.
Good job. Thank you very much, Artur.
And welcome back to Round Rock, Texas. The US Eagles have now won 13 of the 18 fixtures in their Americas Rugby Championship since inception. They beat Brazil 33